Team Dodge has not put one in the win column all season. And watching more and more opportunities slip away has the Mopar gang seeing red. In contrast, victory lane has been shaded blue with a decidedly oval shape to it. For trucks like Carolina Crusher, Overkill, Monster Patrol, and the Executioner, the issue is black and white. To find the silver lining in this sport, one must break through the Chandler blue color barrier. This is Trucks and Tractor Power, featuring the best in MTRA monster truck racing. Today, it's the Monster Truck Thunder Drags from the Canfield Fairgrounds in Canfield, Ohio. Stop number 9 on the Penda Points Series. After 8 stops, it has been a Ford dominance. In fact, Andy Brass has 3 victories, Dan Runte and Colt Cobra with 2 apiece. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Lee, and welcome to Trucks and Tractor Power. To go along that same thought, all 8 overall fast ETs this season have been turned in by Ford. We have not seen a non-Ford truck in the finals since stop 4 in Bloomsburg. In a nutshell, that just kind of underscores the Ford dynasty this season in monster truck competition. But hey, let's not talk about yesterday. Let's talk about today. And with more on today's competition, here's Army Armstrong.
Gary, bingo. Up until now, the word win in this series was spelled F-O-R-D. But we may be seeing a turning point. Last time out, Dodge said they had found a handle they've been looking for all year long. Today, 2 Dodges, Dodge Express and Barefoot, have made it through the first round of competition. They think that they have what it takes now to rein these Fords in. Because up until now, just like I say, the word win is F-O-R-D. They're going to try to change that spelling to D-O-D-G-E. Let's see what's going to happen. Back to you, Gary.
Army looking now at the current standings. Andy Brass continues to lead over Dan Runte. Then it's Colt Cobra, Fred Schaefer, and Paul Schaefer. No relation. One in a Dodge, one in a Chevy, rounding out the top 5. Here are your fast qualifiers today at Canfield. Andy Brass over Colt Cobra. Fred Schaefer in the Dodge Barefoot was 3rd. Then Dan Runte, and then Porkowski. So you can see how evenly matched this field appears to be. Now, this was in qualifying. As we look back, a rough ride here for Colt Cobra. Look at this landing.
What happens, the right lane at Canfield has a unique, about a 4-foot drop-off. The drivers are aware of it. When you're flying through the air, first thing you want to do when you hit is go to the left. That's what he was trying to do.
In round 1 competition, Ray Porkowski would strike a somewhat similar pose in defeating Paul Schaefer in the Monster Patrol. Hang on. Yeah, he does so.
He comes as close to high side without going over as anybody.
In other highlights from round 1, Mark Hall, the Executioner, Fred Schaefer in Barefoot. Hall has a mechanical problem. The Barefoot truck goes on to record a 5:18 ET.
We told you earlier the Barefoot boys are on a mission. They're kind of like the Blues Brothers today.
9th fastest qualifier, Don Van Loo against Dan Runte, the 4th fast qualifier, and Runte takes the victory in round 1. And again, some trouble in the shutdown area for Don Van Loo.
Right lane, 4-foot drop-off. Remember, that's in the back of everybody's mind that runs that lane.
Back end was wanting to come around on me. We saved it. I don't know how, but it was wanting to take a roll for me.
Did you think it was going over?
I thought at any minute it was going over. Yeah, it's real close.
Other competition from round 1, Dan Patrick in Sampson against Gary Porter in the Carolina Crusher.
Luck of the qualifying puts these 2 bad Chevrolets against each other.
And all these guys are having trouble in that one lane in the shutdown area, the lane nearest the grandstand. There's Gary Porter's 5:29, but it was Dan Patrick at 5:15 that won that, and the chance to go to round 2. Also in round 1, Colt Cobra would defeat Pam Botters in the Boogie Van.
Let me tell you something. Pam Botters is a monster truck driver. If they can come up with some bucks and a good sponsor, they could be major players next year. It's a good family operation. She does a great job of driving, but today the snake got her.
Hey there, youngster. You're on television. Wipe your face off. You too.
We'll be back in just a minute.
Gary Lee and Army Armstrong back at Canfield Fairgrounds in Canfield, Ohio, as we're preparing for round 2 competition. Ray Porkowski starts the stage. Bigfoot against the Dodge Express. Barefoot will take on the Power Wheels Bigfoot, and the Chevrolet Sampson against Snakebite. And there's a look at Andy Brass in the Bigfoot Cruiser. He'll be in the far lane against the red Dodge, the Dodge Express of Ray Porkowski.
Pressure goes on Porkowski here. Andy Brass is in a catbird seat. He's up on the points, got a good truck, knows how it's going to handle. Bukowski comes over. He's a new kid on the block. He's a hired driver, a new truck, a lot of horsepower. So, you know, you got to give the nod on this one to that big blue Ford. But I tell you what, Dodge knows, Bukowski knows that if he can bump that blue Ford out with that red Dodge, it'll sure help Fred Schaefer to try to stay in the picture for the championship.
There's a good view from the backside. The Christmas tree right in the middle. Watch the lights change. There they are.
Both drivers leave good together. Brass in no man's land settles down and goes.
Yeah, once again, so often Andy Brass has won from no man's land. He gets that chassis to settle down. He applies the horsepower and wins it between the two sets of cars.
Exactly. He really just basically rolls that first set of cars, and then he gets down to homework at no man's land.